All right, what's good, everyone? It's JMB 434 back with another episode of Back to Black and Gold. This is on the 11th of June 2012. Show starts. Tyson Kidd versus Camacho. Lock up. Tyson gets slammed down hard by Camacho. Tyson with a go behind into a side headlock. Camacho tosses him into the ropes, misses a clothesline, misses a back elbow, deflects a kick, flips Kidd. Kidd hits him in the head and then cuts up as Camacho gets some advice from Hunico. Hunico distracts, so Camacho runs. Kidd rolls him up for a 1 count. Tyson shoots, but Camacho deflects. Camacho with a kick to Kidd, and Kidd goes down. Camacho with a right hand to the head of Tyson. Camacho lifts him up and tosses Kidd into the ropes. Kidd flips over. So drop toe hold into a leg lock. Camacho sends him down, but Kidd rises up and locks the arm. Tossed it into a backslide pin for a 1 count. He locks the arm again and hooks the head with his leg. Camacho rises up and sends him into the corner. Camacho with a hard right forearm to the back. Tosses Kidd. Kidd's hold on to the ropes and flips over the Frankensteins. Camacho over the ropes to the outside. Kidd looks to jump over but slides instead. Hunico and Camacho move out of the way. Kidd is stuck between both of them. Wisely rushes into the ring. Ref seems to be kicking out Hunico, and Hunico is pissed. Camacho tells Hunico to just listen as Hunico leaves the ringside area. Kidd's waited long enough and flips over the top rope onto both men to go into commercial break. Back from break. Kidd's still working on the left arm of Camacho. Camacho tosses him into the rope. Kidd hits a kick and then wheelbarrow into a roll-up instead of a pin. Looks for the sharpshooter. Camacho quickly pulls to the ropes and breaks the hold. Then leaves the ring. Kidd goes to the apron, looks for a kick. Camacho trips him up. Send him face first into the apron. Camacho with a hard right and sends Kidd into the apron chest first. Rolls up Kidd for a 2 count. Backbreaker by Camacho. Stomp to the chest and then really presses on it with another stomp. Kidd is up and hits a right. And Camacho sends him into a suplex. Sends him into a corner, then whips him hard chest first. Camacho really working on the chest for a 2 count. Camacho looks for a suplex. He does so, but onto the ropes. This is nasty. Camacho looks for a slingshot against the ropes and hits it. Again, working the chest. Gets another 2 count. Camacho with a seed modified abdominal stretch. Kidd turns into it and hits an elbow. Camacho hits a headbutt. Lifts him up, then looks for a back suplex, and he hits it. Camacho with a leg drop for a 2 count. Camacho hits some rights. Then a whip. Kidd hits the wheelbarrow. And then no. Camacho sends him face first, then plants him for another 2 count. Camacho is looking up to go to the second rope. He flies up for a leg drop. Kidd rolls out of the way. Kidd uses the crowd and the ropes to raise up. Camacho goes for a clothesline. Kidd ducks inside to another kick, and then a spinning heel kick. Then a mule kick followed by a rope kick to the head for a 2 count. Kidd chokes Camacho onto the bottom rope, then hops over and hits a leg drop. Kidd goes to the top rope. He's high, and Camacho just knocks out the leg, crotching him in the process. Camacho with a right. He's climbing up top, looking for a double underhook. Camacho goes for the pin, gets a 2 count. Camacho goes for another back suplex. Kidd lands on his feet. Uses Camacho, runs up and backwards and kick to the head. Kidd goes up top with a blockbuster off the top rope. 1, 2, feet are on the ropes. This match, I was so into this match. This match was fucking great, by the way. This is what's a shame about Tyson Kidd, though. I think that it was sad for Tyson Kidd. I mean, it's not Joe's fault, but it still hurts Joe to this day. But thankfully, Tyson Kidd is one of the top producers in WWE. Kidd drives him down to the center of the ring. Hits blockbuster, hits the sharpshooter. Michael McGill caught you out of nowhere. Kidd tries to hit him. Camacho grabs Kidd and then a modified DDT for a 3 count. This match was fucking excellent. I did enjoy this match. And then they've got a very good rivalry going on between Michael Gilcoy and Tyson Kidd. Coming back, Bray Wyatt is here telling him he don't have to hurt anyone anymore. He wants to know if they'll do to someone will not. He will not be hurt. He will not be afraid. And Bray Wyatt debuts next. For Bray, we're backstage with Matt Striker and Justin Gabriel. Underrated, man. Justin Gabriel was so damn good. Striker welcomes Gabriel back and wants to know his plan. Gabriel said before he got hurt, he went back home and learned how to make a statement, and that's become a champion. He wants that feeling back. Striker mentions that Gabriel looks like he's going to face Heath in the main event next week. Speaking of which, is Dummy right there, and Gabriel has hair like a peacock. He's on Raw week after week. Gabriel said it's Heath that's getting embarrassed. Heath says to forget all about the other people. He's the one-man band. God, I love the 3MB. That was so fucking cool. Gabriel says the WWE superstar is going to embarrass Heath. Now then, Bray Wyatt comes out to his fantastic theme song, Broken Out of Love, cuts a short promo, telling us that we'll understand exactly who he is and what he's capable of in time, and finally then we'll all understand what he says. He's the angel in the dark. His name is Bray Wyatt. Pleased to meet you. He then sings, time is on my side, I'll have fallen. Bray Wyatt goes one-on-one with Aiden English. Start with Bray acting all willy-nilly, then kicks Aiden to the gut and drops a hard forearm. Grabs Aiden by the head and drives him into the knee. Then tosses him up on the outside and laughs it all off. Bray falls to the outside, then tosses Aiden to the ropes, into a barricade, and back into the apron. Back to the barricade. He's all smiles. God, I miss this guy. Wyatt tosses Aiden into the ring and rolls in afterwards. Sets up for a suplex and actually tosses him to the outside. Wyatt falls down and rolls around the apron with his face in the camera. Wyatt hits the corner and splashes into Aiden hard. Then he dances. I fucking love this. It's so cool. Wyatt gets a side headlock and then hits the Sister Abigail for the 1, 2, 3. Damn, this was fucking cool. And we get another video package of Seth Rollins. And Matt talks about this. He's really talking more about his finish. He says, welcome to the Blackout. We're backstage with Bradley Pierce and Richie Steamboat. Richie said that this is the opportunity for everyone, but especially for him. He can't wait to show us how good he is. Whereas Leo Kruger has already said how proven he is. Steamboat pushes him, and as they go for a bit of a tango for a bit. Another video package. We got Raquel Diaz, a bit of like a gang of wannabe, who wants to exploit Ugly from the WWE. So, pretty cool. Then we get main event. Sees the Usos versus the Prime Time Players. That is Titus Catering, Titus O'Neil, and Darren Young. Start the match with Darren Young getting his throw picked by Titus. Jimmy is in the ring ready to go with a lockup. Jimmy sends Darren into the corner. Jimmy messes up the hair of Darren Young, so Darren Young pushes. Jimmy with a slap to the face, sending Darren to go tell Titus how mean that Jimmy is. Titus hugs him up a bit. Darren runs into the chop to the chest. And then one more. And the final one that knocks him down is Jimmy tags in Jay. This was not the yeet time, by the way. Thank God. And then he hit a double elbow drop. Splashed by Jay into the corner as he chops the chest of Darren again. Darren reverses a whip, but he's met by an axe handle from Jay for a 2 count. Darren is up and then kicks and then headlocks Jay into the corner. In comes Titus with a blind tag. Grabs the head of Jay and then bashes it into the corner, which Jay no-sells. Again, why are they headbutting Samoans? It just does not fucking work. When are these men going to learn? Headbutt again from Titus, and Jay again no-sells. And giving them one of his own. Jay tosses Titus up in the corner and blind tag from Jimmy. Jay hits a back elbow drop into the corner and goes for a pin on Titus. Titus Bell again gets a 1 count. Titus up with a kick again, tags in Darren. Power slam from Jay onto Young. Young rolls to the outside. Jimmy and Jay have Darren's pick as they're mocking Darren. Jimmy is now the legal man, and he clotheslines Darren to the outside. The moment as he comes back inside, Jay hits the ropes, and Jimmy flips over him to the outside. And this was where the Usos were doing that, whatever the fucking hell it was. I'm going to commercial break. Bottom break. Titus is in the inside with Jimmy. Titus with the right hand. Darren distracts and Titus takes over, stomping on the left leg. Tags in Darren. Darren drops the leg onto the apron on the outside. Then another one. He rolls into tags in Titus. Titus with a stomp onto the chest, then pulls out the left leg and drops an elbow. Locks in the leg, and Uso tries to fight back from behind. He releases an almost mixed tag, but Titus hits him out of it, sends him into the corner and tags Darren in. Darren with a stomp or two in the corner. Young locks the leg and pulls hard. Uso tries to chop his way out of it and is able to kick Darren onto the outside. Tag is nearly made, with Young pulling down Jay. Inside the ring, Jimmy rolls up Young for a 2 count. Young with a drop kick onto the knee into a pin for a 2 count. Young with a step over toe hold. Young slams the leg down to the mat. Turns him over and logs up the leg again. Tag to Titus. Titus front suplexes Darren onto Jimmy. Jimmy gets a foot up and hits Young in the face. Reaches for a tag. Again, Titus stops him. Titus hits the right hand, sending Jimmy into the corner. He's looking for a boot, and Jimmy slips under and sends Titus up and over. Jimmy calling for the tag, and he gets it. And in comes Jay. In comes Darren Young. Clothesline from Jay, then another. Jay then goes for the kick and sends Darren into Titus with a Samoan drop. Butt splash into the corner for a 2 count. Titus is there to break it up. Titus on the attack and sends Jay to the outside. Jimmy pulls Titus onto the outside, so Titus boots his leg. Then rolls up Jay in the ring. Referee's checking on Jay as Titus hits a backbreaker while Darren drops an elbow and gets the 1, 2, 3. This was a good main event. This showed, I thought Darren Young was so freaking underrated, man. And I thought the Usos, I knew when I first saw the Usos, I knew they were going to be a top tag team. Yeah, solid episode of NXT. I thought this one was. This is episode number 4. We are powering through this, and we're getting through this as quick as I possibly can. But this is the beginning. Rome wasn't built in a day. So if you haven't seen the first 3 episodes, I am dropping every episode at 1 p.m. UK time. So remember, this is where we are going from the beginning to the end. However, if we can keep getting likes and views on these videos, I might consider doing 2.0. Me personally, I don't want to, but obviously it's down to y'all. So you are in charge. And again, we will be going through takeovers as well when takeovers do come around the corner. Anyway, that is episode number 4 done. Hit the like, drop a subscribe, free of charge, and I'll see you all for the next episode. Thank you. Take care. Good night.